The governor came in and he had Neil Abercrombie's budget drafted, ready to submit to the legislature. What we understand is that Governor Abercrombie had told his directors to not add any new programs or services, kind of approach it from a status quo viewpoint, maybe some housekeeping measures that wanted to be introduced or taken care of, but not really look at any forward thinking. And so when he got elected and he came, he had only 30 days to figure out what he wanted to do. So what he's told the legislature is that what you're seeing is really Abercrombie's recommendation for the budget, but bear with me because over the next 30 days, I will continue to talk to you, possibly send you letters from the governor's office telling you what I'm seeing as some priorities after talking to my new directors, which is the other dynamic that's going on right now, and that is he had to appoint his new cabinet. So what does that mean to us at the local level? Well, what it means is we have our work cut out for us in terms of educating the new directors, the new deputy directors, and the line people, supervisors, division managers, whoever is going to be there that are getting the work done for us. So we have our work cut out for education. So I see Lorraine and I spending a lot of time with the directors. I've talked to a couple of them that just got appointed and came on board a couple weeks ago. What they're telling me is that the dynamics of this governor is he's telling them delegate all of the operations and the day-to-day operations to your deputy. I want you as the director out in the community. I want you engaged with the public. I want public to have dialogue. I want you to listen. I want to change up because what he's telling us is he believes that we need to be transparent, accountable, more connected with our communities, and we need to listen. It was interesting, I had a few minutes with the governor, and his question to me was, why is it when I traveled during the campaign, the people that told me about their concerns of government and they spoke the loudest about not getting their needs met came from the Big Island? And he said, why? He said, the loudest and the most complaints were from the Big Island. And he goes, why? What do you think that is? And my answer was, I don't believe the people at the departments were listening. They weren't hearing what the people were saying from the Big Island. Now, part of that is because it is Oahu-centric. I mean, it is where the population base is. It is where the directors were having their offices, and the directors were not as far, they weren't doing their community outreach as much as what this governor wants. They were in Honolulu doing the day-to-day operations, doing more of the hands-on administrative work. They had not delegated it down. And so they were really in the trenches doing more. So they had to stay in Honolulu. So what was happening is I believe they were starting to get a little more disconnected. In Oahu, they were working on priorities, but they weren't hearing as well as they should have what was going on in rural Hawaii. Because the rural Hawaii issues are very complicated. We have challenges with transportation, with health care, with education. We have the most charter schools on the Big Island. So we needed to have that education piece. So the thing that happened tonight is that you can tell that all the people that came up and spoke are leaders in their given area. And I want you to tell you, they are very articulate, they are very organized, they are very clear on what their mission is, and what I hope that Lorraine and I can do is help connect each one of these leaders to people in the EGAY administration so that they can move up our priorities and get up to the director level and this governor level, because he will have next year his shot at developing his budget, what he sees as the priorities for the state. So we definitely are going to have to do that communication piece.